Hello, traders. Welcome back to the Ford Traders. As every single Sunday, we will be preparing for the next 5 days of trading. This Sunday focus is a little bit more important to me. I'm going to tell you why. The simple reason is that I'm getting into trading again because if you remember my last live stream, which I believe was the first Thursday of 2024, I was saying that I'm not really trading yet, and I really wasn't. I took a 1 week vacation. I was on a ski trip in Italy, but I'm back, and I'm back to trading. So we will be preparing on BTC USD, gold, and Euro USD. To be completely fair, I was doing some plan already, or I was creating some plan already. I'll show you what I'm expecting on these pairs. I'm showing you what is my prediction, and how to implement it into your own strategy. It's not going to be it just doing the TA and just showing you some levels. We are also going to be giving out 20K in challenges. So I'm going to be giving out two $10,000 challenges. So listen very carefully, listen very closely, and pay attention to what I'm saying, because you may win a 10K challenge. You know the rules. This is not the first time that we are playing this game. But if you are here for the first time, then the simple explanation of how this works is that I'm going to be asking some questions about topics that I covered on today's stream. So it may be about some key level. It may be about some tool. It may be a completely different question. The advice for you is to turn off every single distraction you have around you and really give me 100% of your focus. Anyways, let's jump right into it. We will start with a fundamental prediction. We will start with the fundamental prediction that I have. Should be able to open it here in the Safari window. Give me just 1 second. No, I'm successful with that. Download it. It's going to be better. Right, so here we go. So where can you get such a piece of fundamental prediction? I'm sending this every single Sunday, or I will start sending this every single Sunday to the Crypto Wizards Discord, which is my own Discord community. This is done by our fundamental analysts. So what can we get from this? Basically, the most important thing for us is going to be the currency pairs and the predictions on them. So prediction from the fundamental perspective on Euro USD for upcoming 5/10 days. So 5 to/10 working days. It's going to be short on Euro USD. The reason behind this is that the ECB shows dovish tendencies, or if Eurozone economic data underperforms. So this week will be full of data. It could weaken the euro. Additionally, if US data remains strong, it could boost the USD, bolster USD, driving this pair lower. So basically, to put this into perspective, we are looking at DXY still coming up from the point where we basically got the rejection or retracement, which is around 28 of December. And same thing with the euro, when the euro continued basically more of a sideways movement, not really coming up, still remaining in this range. But after seeing the liquidity being swept, as I said, I've created some TA already. After liquidity being swept, and we are heading into plenty of news, which basically the first important one is going to be the retail sales on Tuesday. And we should have, if I'm not mistaken, we should have a CPI. I'm a bit lost since I was out for basically like 13 days, not really paying attention to the chart. So give me some time to get back into it. Now we'll be getting CPI on CAD on JPY. Okay, so Euro is gonna be important, obviously, on Tuesday, 8 a.m. So pay attention to that. And the part that we are not getting the CPI this week, if I'm not mistaken. Nope. Let's check the next week. All right, so the next week you are getting the unemployment claims, you are getting the PMI. Wednesday. We have the CPI. It's 14th already, so we got it this Thursday. As I said, I really wasn't paying attention to the charts, which is the rule that I have every single start of the year. I do not pay attention to the chart to like 15, which basically 15 is tomorrow. And I've kind of lost the idea what date is it. But it's 14, so obviously we got a CPI already, meaning that we will get a CPI on EU, which is going to be very important for this week. So still paying attention to that prediction that I gave you in the fundamental sheet. Anyways, on Euro USD, we got two important zones. This one being the first support. To be completely fair, I'm not expecting any bounce out of this level, even though that basically bounce here, here, here. So a lot of people will be marking this level as a potential support and resistance, which is the thing, in my opinion, that because of this, more likely we will continue higher if we reach this point. How can we reach this point? Well, after the news on Tuesday on Euro USD, we may be getting lower to this zone and potentially sweeping the liquidity from this low. That's going to be the most ideal trade, in my opinion. So basically the zone or the level that I am paying attention to is sweeping the liquidity below the internal low on a 4-hour time frame, taking the liquidity and potentially continuing higher to the week high around 1.114. But firstly, I'm being bearish on Euro USD, and I would be looking for another move down. This is my plan. This is personally what I'm expecting. This is 4-hour time frame. If you look at the daily time frame, on a daily, you can't really see anything much different from the 4-hour. We bounced from the 618 and a 66 here. But the 66 is not tapped, as you can see. So this may be indication that we will go lower. Do I pay a lot of attention to this? Not really. Basically, why I'm expecting that the price will continue lower still is this liquidity being not taken. And basically plenty of people feeling bullish after this movement, expecting move up. I would rather see another retracement down, filling long positions, and then looking for a move up. This would definitely correspond more with the fundamental plan that I got and with the technical plan that I got. So this is it about the EU chart. Let me just open this. Yeah, the CPI is going to be on Tuesday, as you said. So Euro US, so the Germany CPI will be on Tuesday. Yeah, the CPI already was. Yeah, the USD it was. All right. Let's move on. Let's move to the gold. Today's live stream will be probably a little bit shorter because I've realized that plenty of you are here only for the levels. You don't really want to see how I'm getting these levels. And I've been getting some feedback that I should make them shorter. So I've been thinking that I'm going to do the TA before the stream, and then I'm just going to present it to you and tell you what is my overall plan. All right, so on gold, we are hitting quite important support at around this level right here. As you can see, we swept the liquidity on the daily time frame, which is, or it was the ideal scenario for me and still is. And I would be looking for a further move up on a gold chart. After seeing sweeping this liquidity, it's really becoming much more bullish, in my opinion. The question is where to enter, because right now we are hitting the first resistance. There is some liquidity sitting about 2066 to around 2068. So potentially, if gold starts coming up again from the start of the week, I would be looking for a short position around 2068, 2066, potentially first trade to be taken here. And I would be looking for a retracement back down to around 2030. That would be the ideal scenario. It's a lot of price action, a lot of price movement, so this may take the whole week to actually create this on a chart. But I'm not really expecting that we're going to breach through these highs, basically 2090, 2095 this week. I would expect that in the upcoming, let's say, 2 to 3 weeks. But this week, I would rather see something like this, sweeping the liquidity and getting moved down again. Obviously, it doesn't matter what I want to see. I would just dynamically react to what we'll be getting from the market. But this could be the ideal plan. As you can see, there's plenty of liquidity sitting above this high and above this high. That's why I'm looking for the 2066 zone, 2067. It's not the exact level because, you would have to place this on this exact high, but the liquidity will be a little bit above it. That's why I'm placing it around 2066, 2068. So yeah, this is gonna be the first potential level where I'm gonna be entering into a short. If we look at the volume profiles, then we also see that there is a naked POC that is still untapped. So my bias on a gold chart, ideal scenario, again, ideal scenario in my opinion, anything can happen. So, it doesn't really matter what I want to see. But there is a fair value gap on a 4-hour time frame. There is a 618 combination. There is like a support and resistance. From the technical perspective, it does make sense to retrace back to around this zone here, take a long position and target the liquidity up here. So we are getting the ideal market trend. We are getting the right price action here. I would be looking for something like this, getting into here, taking a long from this place, and basically targeting the 2066, 2068. That's the overall plan that I'm expecting on a gold chart. Let's move on to the BTC. You want to know how do you make levels? Practice makes perfect. All right. So yeah, I'm happy to hear this actually because, that's the purpose of these streams. I don't really want to give you just the levels. I want to teach you how I'm getting them. But, plenty of people, they are just impatient looking for just signals. Anyways, let's play the game. The question for 20K in challenges, basically 2 times 10K challenge is, and not the first one will win. I will just pick randomly from the chat and we will wait, let's say 1 minute. So now exactly, at the crown now. So we can start. All right. So the question is, when was the US CPI? Tell me the day and date this month. So waiting for the chat. Guys, I think someone said 12th of December and everyone is copying, but this is not the right answer, to be fair. But we already passed the 1 minute mark. So let's scroll and let's see. I'm going to scroll from the top. No, that is a wrong answer. That is also a wrong answer. So this one is correct. Richard Nachtigall. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's the winner number 1. Just gonna take a photo of that. All right, so this is the first one. participate for the second one. People are still texting the right answers. Oh, wait. I chose the same one. Oh, that is wrong. It's also wrong. So let's scroll from the top. Richard, he's being too lucky. What is happening? This is not correct. It wasn't on Tuesday. Nope. But here, this is the correct answer. 11th of January. Danius is the second winner. Photo of this, and we got the second winner. So all you got to do now is go to the Discord, go to the 4 traders, send them a ticket that you won the challenge on the stream. All you got to do is take a screenshot of you being logged into these 2 accounts. I will send it to the customer support. Just want to see this, that you are logged into the account. To all of you that will be cheating, trying to win the challenge, even though they are not owners of the account, I will personally ban them. Just try to be fair, try to play this game fair. We are giving you 20k in challenges for free on the stream. We don't want to see any cheaters here, and I really don't like it. So if you'll be cheating, I'm personally going to go to the Discord and to the YouTube channel, and I'm going to ban you. Because this is not how you should do this. Anyways. Bitcoin, I kept it without any TA because here it's going to be, I think, a little bit more interesting. You want to go to the monthly time frame, or I will go to the monthly time frame, showing you some of the levels that we may be heading into. Pulling some fibs, just trying to get the idea where we could potentially retrace, but you are already probably getting the idea where I'm looking for. Guys, the ideal zone for BTC buys will be between basically 32,000 down to around 25. This is where I'm going to be getting into, big investment positions if we will actually retrace again. My first zone for potential entries is going to be around 38k. So looking for this zone as a first zone for potential entry into a BTC long-term position. Ideally, I'm going to be averaging my trade. So basically, I'm going to enter with, let's say, 30% of the liquid cash that I have ready for the Bitcoin now, and then the rest I'm going to be buying here. I've been already buying. I've been sending it to the group that I'm basically trying to accumulate something between the average price is going to be around like 27,500, something like that. So Bitcoin pumping is a good sign for me. Still, I would like to buy a little bit more before we go higher, if we continue higher. Why we stopped here? I think a lot of people will be wondering why we stopped here. Is it because of this Fibonacci 618 and a 66? Well, it may be. I was predicting this level, if you guys remember, before the Christmas, that most likely we're going to stop around here. And we did. Why? Well, there is a place with a lot of liquidity sitting above this high here. So liquidity is taken. You got plenty of supply here. This level is just extremely important, and it was quite predictable that we're going to stop here. And, you may say whatever you want, that I'm just drawing some random boxes on the chart. Yes, it's just drawing some boxes, but go and replay the stream that I had before the Christmas. I believe it was on like 19th, 18th of December, something like that. I was showing you this exact level, and I was showing you this exact zone, like exactly between 46 to 48. Go and replay it. I know that to a lot of people, they just hate the technical analysis. Of course, the market is driven by fundamentals. Of course, it's driven by the macroeconomics and everything. But the TA works. If you know how to use it, if you know how to calculate probabilities, if you have the right trade setups, you can actually make money by just drawing boxes on the chart. Of course, it's better if you implemented fundamental analysis into it. You can probably have better win rate. You can probably take more trades. But you can still be profitable with just simple Fibonacci and just, horizontals or supply and demand. And you really can. Like, I'm saying, or I'm talking from my own experience. But anyways, let's do a little bit more in-depth TA on the Bitcoin chart. So currently, what is the level that is holding this? It's going to be this 4-hour demand that is right here. And there is a plenty of liquidity sitting below this level. So personally, if you are talking about some day trades or something like that, I'm looking for a move down, sweeping the liquidity, and after that, potentially looking for intraday long positions. How can I confirm that there is going to be a lot of longs? Well, we can actually back this by data. So we can go and open the exo charts. For our time frame, let's look at the CVD, let's look at the volume, let's look at the open interest, and we will get a pretty good idea about what is happening here inside this upper range. So CVD, negative 369 million, with open interest, 137 million. So from this point, we see that actually the longs are starting to decrease from this point. Obviously, opposite happenings with the short. I wasn't expecting this, but as I'm saying, like I'm doing the TA for the first time, I was actually expecting that we will be getting more longs here, but we are not. So as you can see, there is a plenty of shorts being opened to the market from around 43,000. So there's going to be a lot of liquidity sitting above the high here. Right? So this could still drive the market much higher. Why I'm expecting that we will go lower since the ETF was approved? Well, think about it this way. I don't think that the market will react the way that everyone is expecting. And everyone is bullish now on Bitcoin. Everyone is expecting BTC to go higher. Everyone is expecting 50K to be breached. Who's going to be buying here if everyone is buying now? Just think about it in the most simple way possible. If everyone now, because just open Twitter, everyone is freaking bullish. Everyone is looking for a move up. Personally, I'm staying on the sidelines here. I'm not buying anything, neither selling. But it would make more sense to now go sideways for, let's say, another 5 to 10 days, then see some massive drop. So the big banks or the big players, the ones that are actually moving with the market, will accumulate their positions, and then we look for the move up. That would make much more sense to me, and this is exactly what I'm actually expecting on a BTC chart. So basically, that's why I'm not buying now, even though the bullish are even though the news are quite bullish. It does not really make sense to me that Bitcoin will continue higher. Of course, I can be wrong, and I'm fine with that. I have my BTC investment portfolio, but if it goes down, it's even better because I can buy more. I can build a better position or bigger position, let's say. So that is my plan, but you are here probably to see what is happening or what will be probably happening in the next 5 days. So my plan is remaining the same. I would be looking for a move down, which means that we got to pay attention to the local range that is created here. This level is still untapped, which is going to be the zone number 1 right here, the 15-minute supply. We are looking for a move up, sweeping the liquidity from these highs, grabbing the liquidity from the high that is created here, basically something like this, and then looking for a move down. What do you want to see once this level is hit? Well, you want to see trapped value area setup, which is the setup that I've been explaining, dozens of times already. Do we have any trapped value area here? Well, for example, yes, up here, which should retrace the whole movement. So you want to see the value area of the candle being at the top. Switch this to 50 tick size, something like this. You have your buying imbalances. This was the ideal position to be taken actually here. And it created a pretty significant movement down. But I'm looking for something like this, but on a 15-minute time frame. Hopefully it does make sense. I think it does. If you combine this with the Fibonacci, I would like to see this being at least 382. Which I think it could be. Three 82 is a little bit higher, but yeah, I'm looking for something like this. difference of like $300, which being at the 44K is absolutely fine. Sweeping the liquidity above the high and coming lower again. This is going to be my plan. And then be aware of this zone down there. That's going to be very, very important. The 40,400. That's going to be the absolute key zone. And that will decide what's going to be happening with the BTC in the upcoming weeks, let's say. All right, so this is it. This is it for today. We got the winners. We got the plan. You now know what are the levels that we will be paying attention to. Thank you so much for joining me. We spent here around 27 minutes, 26 minutes, which was basically the time that I was planning to spend here since I did some TA already before the stream. We covered the fundamentals, we covered the important news, we covered the levels, we covered the investment on BTC. I think that we are done. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for participating on a stream. I really appreciate it. Let me know if this helps you. Let me know if you're going to implement this into your own strategy. Hopefully you will. And see you again this Thursday, where I'm going to be talking about some day trades, some scalping strategy, and potentially we can do some scalping together because there is plenty of demand about scalping. And I was scalping a lot in the past, so I can show you what I was doing, and we can take a few trades to see if the system still works. It does, because I was doing some backtest, but I'll show you on Thursday. So don't forget to join. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and see you tomorrow in the Discord where I will be showing you some intraday plan and intraday chart levels. Thanks, and see you again.